So, hi everybody. Since I really didn't have much to do today, I thought I'd round out the month of August with just final thoughts on product reviewing and testing. So, I thought I'd kind of do like what I did before, where I kind of cut it up into little segments. I will probably be repeating myself just to reaffirm things that are okay, so forgive me for that. But basically, I just wanted to say that it can be fun. It can be very stressful as well, depending on who you're working with. For instance, if you're working with a website, or if you're working with a brand, or if you're working with an Amazon seller, sometimes it can get very stressful. And some Amazon sellers can be very pushy. I actually had someone share earlier today via Instagram that a seller had changed their terms and they were going to have a giveaway. And the seller decided to notify the person that was conducting the giveaway to let them know that, oh, by the way, the winner has to pay for their own product. What kind of company does that? What kind of brand does that? I don't know. But it was a way for them to try to boost their sales. And as we know, most of the time, giveaways usually don't ask you to pay for your own prize or ask the person conducting the giveaway to pay for your prize. So that was pretty shady on the brand's part. But as I've said before, some sellers and some brands are just that way. I might get into that shortly. But let me start off with what I wanted to before I forgot. So, as I said, it just really depends on who you're working with. So it can be stressful. It can turn into a full-time job in that sense. That's basically what I've done at this point, because I've had so much over the years that I created my blog for this basically. And of course my YouTube channel, because they asked me to. So that's kind of how I gotten into it. And it's fun, but it is very labor intensive at times. And it also depends, again, on who you're working with. So let's start off with my little sections before I forget. The biggest thing I would say is know your rights. Overall, again, if you're approached by a company, ask as many questions as possible. If you're approached by an Amazon seller or a brand, ask as much as you think you need to ask about what their campaign is, what they are asking of you, and things of that nature. Every company is a little different. Every website is a little different. Every Amazon seller approaches you differently, especially if they're from overseas. Some of their emails are basically like one big mass email that they send to everyone on an Amazon list. Other times they can be very curt and just basically say, we have these items, would you like to review? So you kind of have to know what you are willing to review and what your terms are. And if brands or Amazon sellers turn around and want you to be reimbursed, want you to pay for the product out of pocket, and give you this spiel of, oh, well, we'll pay you via PayPal after your review is posted, stand your ground, because that actually violates a lot of Amazon's terms. So again, depending on the website that you're using, you need to know what their terms of service are too, because you don't want to get banned from their website either. And just do what you think is right. And again, if you're going to share things via social media, you need to apply the correct hashtags according to the FTC, or the Federal Trade Commission, if you live here in the United States. I'll find that link and I'll add it in the description below too, so people can see that. So there always has to be some sort of addition to either a hashtag or a mention, something like that, so you're not violating any types of laws. So that's that part. So it's okay to say no. If you're approached by a seller or even a brand, because for a while I was getting a lot of like emails from brands and stuff trying to invite me to become affiliates or, basically market their product for free, you have a right to say no. If you don't like the interaction that you're having with the company, or even if it's a website, fill in the blank of whoever you're interacting with, and you don't like it, you think that they're getting a little too pushy or too demanding, you have a right to tell them that you're not happy with their demeanor, in a sense. I've had a lot of emails over the years from companies asking me to promote their products, and I don't feel that it's really for me. If it's something that I wouldn't use personally, or something that I didn't really think that benefited anyone I know, why would I promote it? So I've had like a lot of companies ask me to be, their ambassadors for watches or something. And if I know someone that's not going to spend $185 on a watch, what's the point, right? So basically just try to be in your, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Try to stay in what you think that you would like to promote. What is something that you would use? What is something you would share with someone? Things like that. Because there is a lot of brands out there that are willing just to have anybody promote them. And if you don't really think that it would be something you would like yourself, why lie about it, basically? So, and you also have a right to ask websites or Amazon sellers or anything like that, someone that contacts you for promotion, to remove you from their email list as well. I've done that, but I mean, it's like talking to myself. I get an email a couple weeks later asking, can you review? So it just depends, but you do have a right to ask them politely to be removed from their email list if you don't think that whatever product they're asking you to promote would be something that would benefit you in any way, or your followers or your friends or anything like that. So my final thoughts overall are this. Product reviewing and testing is fun. As I mentioned earlier, it can be quite stressful depending on who you're working with. It can turn into a full-time job in that sense, if you're like me, who's posting things on various platforms. But it's if you enjoy it, it's very fun. I enjoy being able to share a lot of the things I share with all of you. I also like being able to just share things with people that I know. So I know sometimes if I'm going to be receiving a gift or something that I'm going to review that I won't use, but I sometimes keep people in mind. Like I said earlier with the colored pencils example, I know people who have kids. I know, other people who will use them. So that's always helpful. And it's always interesting when you do product reviewing and testing, because you can test something as simple as, a set of pens, to a TV, to a vacuum cleaner, to a coffee pot. It just really depends. And as I shared with you for some of the other testing things, they do have software, websites and things of that nature. So it just kind of runs the gambit. But it is fun if you do enjoy it. And for me, I'm having a wonderful time. So I hope everybody enjoyed this set of videos. And if anybody has any other questions, I will try to answer them. I provided 3 links in the description below. 2 are from my blog and 1 is to the FTC. But again, if anybody finds this helpful or informative, or you'd like to learn more, if you'd like me to do another type of video series like this, let me know. And hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.